all of you who are watching right now live. And thank you, Magical Manjula, for managing and seeing the current session what's going on about the health. I know, and Sudhanshu is here. So awesome going. So let me take up an opportunity to introduce the not finder, the founders of World Transformation Organization, right? So we have with us today, I'll, I'll just put them on spotlight so everyone can watch. Okay, so today we have Harinder Paul. He is an optometrist and property trader by profession and also a change maker by nature. Co-founder of the charities Vision Care for Homeless People and World Transformation Organization. So Harinder has a calling to cause a massive difference on this planet. So I know at a personal level, we know each other from last maybe around 2, 3 weeks, not more. But we met like as if we have met after years. We know each other from years. So that's how the communication has been with us. So really, I thank you, Harinder. No, with short notice, you have uh, coming on our show and as a part of World Transformation Day today. I know you're too busy managing all the stuff happening around the world, and still you're there here. So I would like to thank you for that. And we have Sue Patel. She is the founder and director of HR Training and Consulting Limited. She's also an author. She is an influencer. So she has written a book, Putting the Human Back into HR. So one of the best-selling book, and she has been keynote speaker on BBC, American Express, Maldives Association, and various HR professional leadership trainings. And she has been in the industry for more than 27 years. So I'll just give a brief introduction what I gave you right now, but she has more experience than what I would like to say. It's privilege and honor being with you guys. So thank you. Anything you want to say? I'll maybe I would have introduced very shortly, but you can still you have an opportunity to share your introduction as well, so that people can listen from your side. Yes. Over
Thank
to
you.
you, Harinder.
It's very kind of you to introduce myself and Sue. Kalpesh has just sent a message. He's going to be joining us very, very soon. I think he's just logging in. So just keep an eye out for his name. I want to thank you, Kushji, because I said this on a call 2 weeks ago, the Zoom Roadshow. What you have created is unbelievable. And the amount of time and effort that you and your team have put into this, you've got over 75, probably even more now, 75 speakers from around the globe. And, Kushji called me up a week ago and said, look, we've got a bit of a breakdown, which is good because, these are good breakdowns. He said, we got too many people. Can we spread it over 2 days? We got too many speakers for World Transformation Day. I said, of course. So, that's why, you guys have done a 48-hour event. And from someone as young as 9 years old, who I saw this morning, to, people in their adult. So I'm inspired and in awe of you, Kushji, because you are a testament to having an idea and bringing it into reality. Many people have ideas and their ideas stay within them. Not only did you bring it to reality, but you pulled this off like in 7 to 10 days. So I honor you. We honor you. We thank you from the bottom of my heart, from our hearts. And I also want to give Sue a few opportunity to say a few words as well.
Hi, thank you so much, Harinder, and thank you, Kushal Bhai, for just really what you've created has been phenomenal. Harinder, myself, and Kalpesh have been the last few years really thinking about how can we really make World Transformation Day go global? How can we make this community go global? And you have really been a massive catalyst this year, you and your community, for making this happen. And it's just incredible. Up until now, it's been the three of us trying to do everything and make everything happen, and to have you and your partnership with your team has just been a blessing, a real blessing, and we're totally grateful for being in this space with all of you this year. So it's just incredible. So thank you so much for your partnership, and lots of love and gratitude to you and your team.
Thank
Kalpesh.
you. Yes.
Shalji, hi, how are you, sir?
So Kalpesh is also a dynamic and inspirational speaker, has touched more than 800,000 lives in various global events since 1998. So, and he's an entrepreneur actually, and he started his first career at the age of 11. So that's unbelievable. And also his bulletproof winning attitude, so that I can see every whenever he speaks out, it really it goes to the heart. Also, it makes other person to think what are we doing in our life, where are we standing. We are just thinking about what is happening in our life, small thing, and we are not seeing the bigger vision. The way what you guys have formed and started the small movement, and now it has a real ripple effect across the globe. So that's just making a real huge transformation. And today, on the occasion of World Transformation Day, that is the first Sunday of April every year, which we celebrate. And today you are with us in India. That is, I'm saying Indian audience and also international audience as well. We have international speakers on the platform. So considering that way, I really welcome you, Kalpesh and the team, Harinder and Supatil both. Yes. So Kalpesh, anything you want to share before we go into a rapid Q&A?
Yeah, just thank you for organizing this incredible day for World Transformation Day. It's been such an inspiration watching your work ethic and your organizational skills and efficiency. I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, we need you on the inside. So that's another conversation we'll be having separately. But, just hats off to the work you're doing here. I've just jumped off of another Zoom to be here where we had almost 800 people doing a Zoom-a-thon there as well for India, which was amazing. And, I'm really excited for India now. I mean, the fire has been lit, let's just say that. We've got multiple people doing multiple events and just making a massive difference. The appetite in India is huge right now. The appetite to contribute, to make a difference, to do something meaningful is really on fire. I feel personally, not that it's not been there, but I think people like yourself and your team that you've got around you are making opportunities available that maybe previously were not so easily available. There was always some kind of agenda, some kind of some kind of background sound running things. And I think when pure hearts and pure minds come together, that gives light to a whole new level of conversation. So thank you for organizing that. Oh, we lost Sridharan. Oh, no, not Sridharan.
Your words were too inspiring. He literally got moved. Touched and inspired.
Moved. Sridharan ji, kaise ho? How are you, sir?
I'm fine, perfectly okay.
Lovely to see you.
How are you all doing? I'm excited to see this. Kalpesh, a very long time I'm just seeing you in video.
I know, lovely to see you here. Great.
I think we've just lost Kushi. What I'll do is before he comes on, he did have a list of questions that he was going to ask us. So in his absence, we can start answering those questions in the interest of time. So his first question is, what is World Transformation Day? So Kalpesh, Sue, you want to say about that?
Sue, kick off.
Go on. Kalpesh, you do it. I think
World Transformation
it was your dream.
World Transformation Day for me is the obvious thing that got missed somewhere along the way. We're beautiful human beings around the planet that do so much. And one of the things that we noticed is that there was no day that celebrated people like us that make a difference, right? We celebrate mothers on Mother's Day and Father's Day, and we celebrate, Valentine and all these other great days in the year. But when we looked around, it's like, who's actually celebrating the people that are spending a huge proportion of their life and mind and energy in just lifting the world, lifting the vibration, making the world a better place? No such thing existed. And so it was born, the idea of creating a day that would just unite everyone in making a difference, right? The connecting of the dots, which is an extension of the bigger vision of World Transformation Organization anyway. So this day was just designed to bring us together so that we could all celebrate in whichever way we like to celebrate, under one roof, under one brand, if you like, on an occasion like this. So it's owned by the people. One of the conversations we're constantly having with everyone is, that it's yours as much as it's anybody else's, right? It's like nobody owns World Transformation Day, just like nobody owns any of the other big days that we celebrate on the planet, whether it's Diwali or Holi or any day, it doesn't matter. You know, these days are for everybody to do or not do what they want to or not to do with. And so for me, it's at the beginning of a legacy, if you like. This will remain forever in time, and it won't be long. This will become, we won't need to remind people that it's World Transformation Day. It will become ingrained, like people will be looking forward to the first Sunday of April, just like we look forward to other events that we celebrate. People have it in their diaries and planned and already know what they're doing. And the stuff we're doing now is where we're building that foundation, if you like. We're pushing the rock uphill, but it's only a matter of time before we get to the top of that hill, and it starts now rolling down the hill, building its own momentum. And so, you know, people like us, we're the pioneers, if you like. People on this Zoom are the visionaries, the pioneers, the committed few that are going to make that happen. All right. So our job for the next 2-3 years, whatever it's going to take, will be that. And then once it catches fire, it just becomes something of its own. That's the dream, right?
Brilliant. Sue, the next question he was going to ask us, which you can answer, is when did it start and how many people have been impacted each year?
Great question. So we started World Transformation Day in 2018 when we launched the World Transformation Academy in India, in a school where we have been providing leadership, yoga, meditation for children in a slum in Delhi. And that was the day World Transformation Day was launched. And in the first year, we impacted about 12,000 people, which was incredible, like absolutely incredible for our first year. And then the second year, I think we took it up to 53,000, I want to say. So hundreds and thousands of people have been impacted, and our aim is to, you know, take that to 1 million people this year. And with, you know, this community right here, I think we're definitely going to get close to achieving that for sure in 2021. So just lots and lots of gratitude for all the work that you guys are doing.
And how many countries have been impacted over the last few years?
How many countries? Oh my God, globally, I want to say between 30 and 35 countries, you know, from obviously India, UK, Canada, Africa, you know, in the depths of Nepal, Singapore, oh my God, so many countries. Brazil, we had a special event in Brazil last year. So yeah, I would say about 30 to 35 countries have been impacted, pretty much every continent, which is incredible.
Okay, thanks.
It's going to be a lot more reach this year for sure.
Yeah, and it's difficult to now, you know, someone asked me yesterday, Ambika from the SAC Landmark Group, she goes, how many people are involved? I said, we don't know anymore. And that's a beautiful answer, because it's like saying how many people are involved in Valentine's Day. You know, it's become a number that's become infinity as far as we're concerned, because we can't control it. We don't want to control it. You know, Kalpesh made a very good point, because the next question is, you know, what's our vision for World Transformation Day? And Kalpesh made a very good point just a few days ago, because we had 3 different ways you could get involved in World Transformation Day. You know, one was to acknowledge someone. And, you know, I just want to share, I've done that this morning. I left a WhatsApp message for about 25 people. And I was in tears and people are in tears, and they're replying back and just saying, you know what, I want to take this opportunity because it's World Transformation Day to do that. And the second way you can get involved is to do a World Transformation Day challenge. And my children are just ready in the garden now. Some are going to do tennis challenges. Some are going to do hula hoop challenges. Some are going to do exercise challenges, football challenges, something that has you go beyond what you know to be something else. And the third way is to share your story, just like you guys at Amplify have been doing. You're sharing your journey of inspiration as a personal development speaker, but also for people that aren't into personal development, to share your journey of transformation. And, you know, we think someone outside ourselves is inspiring. We forget about ourselves. You know, each one of us as human beings has been through challenges. It's a given. And we've come out the other side. And some of us are still going through challenges. And, you know, to beautifully, vulnerably share, you know, I'm going through this challenge. You know, we think we can only share when we've had a breakthrough. What about sharing when you're going through that challenge so other people can reach out to you? Kushi, welcome back, Kushi. I've got up to, I started running the interview for you because obviously we've got to the question of what is your vision for World Transformation Day? So I was just sharing about that. And a couple of days ago, we had these 3 ways people can get involved. And Kalpesh said 2 or 3 days ago in our leadership meeting, you know, we don't need to give people guidelines. Let them decide what World Transformation Day is. Let them do what they want to do. You know, no one gives you guidelines on Valentine's Day of how you get involved. You do whatever Valentine's Day is for you. And no one gives you guidelines on Mother's or Father's Day how to get involved. And I've stopped doing that now. We haven't been sending the 3 ways to get involved video out of the last 48, 72 hours. And I asked an individual yesterday, they said, what is World Transformation? I said, what do you think it is? What's it for you? And he said, maybe it's a time for inner reflection. I said, that's what it is for you then. You do go into inner reflection. Yeah. So Kalpesh or Sue, did you want to add anything to that? Kalpesh,
Were you going to say something, Kalpesh?
Sorry, no, I said it's perfect. That's it. We're just letting it go, man. It's in the hands of everybody now.
So Kushi, I'm going to hand it back to you. The next question was,
what is World Transformation Organization?
okay, so World Transformation Organization, I'll say a few words and let Kalpesh and Sue say a few words. That came out of an epiphany. You know, when you have a calling, and I had that calling and I shared it with Kalpesh and Sue, and it was the day after World Transformation Day in 2018. And I was meditating and I suddenly got present to that. We've made such a massive impact on the globe effortlessly because people, you know, we don't control anything. People do what they need to do. They need to do, you know, they can do that. And then I suddenly thought, there's no organization that, as far as we're aware, that is an umbrella organization that encompasses all personal development organizations, whether they're Amplify, whether they're Kalpesh Patel, whether they're Tony Robbins, whether they're Deepak Chopra, whether they're Satguru, Landmark, Brahma Kumaris, you know, Ramdev. There's no umbrella organization that is an umbrella organization with a view to just cause a massive difference on the planet. And that's how World Transformation Organization was formed. It's an umbrella organization to give a voice to the people. And our plans going forward is to have once a year a World Transformational Council, okay, a World Transformation Conference. And the council will involve country leaders in each country who are change makers. It's almost like the United Nations, but People's United Nations, to cause change on the planet. And it's a voice for people to express themselves. So just like you've done Amplify in your organization, that's what World Transformation Organization is. And I'm going to hand it to Kalpesh because he uses a beautiful example about joining the dots. Kalpesh.
Thank you. Yeah, it's, I mean, when you think of utopia, for me, World Transformation Organization is that. And we want to attract that. So a lot of people talk and then they get caught up in stuff, right? It's very easy to get that mixed up. We have really pure thoughts and ideas, and then we bring our human limits to those ideas and conversations and concepts. So, you know, for me, it's like ever since I was a kid, and I'm sure we can all relate to this, ever since I was a kid, you know, television adverts would come on, raising money for charities, whether it's starving children in Africa and India, or a drought-ridden Ethiopian child with a bloated belly, or a rib cage showing with no water, drinking water from, you know, just stale water from the ground somewhere, like a lake that's sitting there with stale water. All these images, vivid images. And it, you know, there was a point at which that became numb, like it became meaningless. And I found myself thinking, like, how can that be meaningless? This is. And it became meaningless because every year the same advert runs and nobody does anything about it. And you kind of just, it's easy to just fall into that's just how it is, right? You just accept it. Like that's never going to be solved. Nothing anyone, even big companies like that, can do about it. And then you grow up and then you start looking at the books and you realize why nobody's doing anything about it. Because all of these big charities, again, not to take anything away, I'm sure they all start with great intentions. But at some point, they go down another path and it kicks into becoming, right, how much can the CEO make? And let's give him a couple of million a year and let's give the board members $1 million each. And suddenly you're like, hold on a second. It's like obscene numbers getting thrown around at the top. And then you realize that only 1 or 2 pounds out of every 10 is getting to the cause itself. So for me, it's like, what if we shift the perspective again and came to the point of, right, let's create an entity, an organization that is, again, for the people, by the people. And so it's self-governed. And so it's a volunteer-run charitable organization that will do everything that the world wants to do. Like, the power is in our hands, not in the hands of somebody else, where we give the money and we hope 2 out of every 10 pound gets to the starving person, so it alleviates our conscience, but doesn't actually make a real difference. All of a sudden, we can really come together and say, right, that village needs this one needs that, and collectively solve it. Like, right, okay, who's up for putting water into this village? Who's up for, creating a regular food supply for this village? Whatever it might be. There's a great example. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Akon. He's a very famous singer. Now, the unique thing about Akon, if you look beyond his singing talents, is what he does for the world. He does what we're talking about, but he does it as an individual. He builds pipe. I don't know how many millions of people now have water because of Akon's personal money. He spent hundreds of millions of dollars putting water pipelines into countries in Africa that are important to him. One guy. Now, can you imagine how many other Akons there are in the world that, if they had the infrastructure, if they had the support structure, the conversation to back up, because Akon's a rare individual that went and did it, but there'll be millions of people that would love to do it on a smaller scale collectively, exactly the same thing. Why not, right? If 1 million people put 40 pounds each, 50 pounds each, 100 pounds each, boom, these pipelines now start getting fixed, right? So really the big picture is infinite. So whatever we want it to be, it is, what is the ultimate organization that would make sure that nobody goes without water or food or shelter? Like, just stuff that we should have solved thousands of years ago but haven't. It's fine. It's all good. The systems that we've used to try and solve that stuff haven't worked. I think we live now in a time where if we bring people together, we can solve that kind of stuff. And it might not happen next year, but it will happen at some point, because we said it will happen, right? We just got to set the wheels in motion. And once again, we will be, us here, and whoever else us becomes, will be the person and the people that create that collectively, because we're committed to that.
Great. And so World Transformation Organization, is it different from World Organization Academy? Sorry, World Transformation Academy?
Right. So we have, like, the image I like to create is, think of an umbrella. An umbrella has many spokes coming off of it. So the organization is if you like, the umbrella, and the spokes that come off it are World Transformation Day, World Transformation Academy. We want to have many schools around the world in all of the areas that could benefit of of that kind of similar setup. It's a duplicatable system. And then the World Transformation Conference, where we'll have an annual gathering, our version of the United Nations, etc. So we've got spokes that hang off of the organization that will collectively make up this utopian, just a really nice, efficient, well-oiled organization that gets things done. Ultimately, that's all it is just getting it done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Kushi, you'll come in.
Yes.
Myself, Kalpesh and Sue, I'm not kidding. We're blown away with your level of operation skills.
Yes.
And myself, each of us have got strengths and weaknesses. Okay. And one of the gaps that we have at the moment, and the right person, it may be you, it may not be you, we hope it's you, but the right people will come along when they're meant to fulfill on the vision that Kalpesh said. Because I just want to just share a few more spokes to the umbrella that we've got, not planned, that we've got a vision of. Okay. And the right people will come along who are meant to create another spoke. So one is World Transformation Homes. Our vision is to have homes for people that don't have homes. There's homeless people in the UK, believe it or not. There's many homeless people all over the world. So we want to start off with having mobile lorries that are in every town in the UK that are kitted up with beds and shower facilities. So during the night, people have somewhere to stay and get some food. And then that's the basic needs, isn't it? And that to duplicate that model in all over the planet. But then to empower them through World Transformation Academy, shift their mindset. Because everything comes with you guys are experts in that, and Amplify. Everything comes from your thoughts. So once you give them the food and the basic clothing, then the next thing you should start building on their mindset, and that's where World Transformation Academy comes in. The other vision we have is to have World Transformation Feed. There's so much food. That's one thing I love about the tiffin system in India. The tiffin system, the individuals have got a choice to put a little label on their tiffin box if they want to donate their leftover food to poor people. And the system is unbelievable. I mean, I've seen it. I don't know how it operates, but that's one system that goes out to millions, and the tiffin box ends up in the person's house in the evening. So there's enough food left over. Forget on the people's plates. There's enough food left over in restaurants. There's enough food left over in catering facilities. There's enough food left over in our saucepans to feed the planet. So the ideas are quite simple. And then we want to have World Transformation schools. We've got World Transformation Academy, which are in the slums. We want to have World Transformation schooling, which are teaching these life skills to children. You guys know none of this stuff's in schools. And then, World Transformation Climate Change, whatever. And it's going to be individuals, like Kalpesh said, we've got the infrastructure. It's going to be individuals who have that calling to create that World Transformation School. There may not be a calling for myself, Kalpesh and Sue, or you or the people in this team. Is the actual purpose? We will attract that person, and they will be attracted by us to fulfill on that vision. So these are all different spokes, and these spokes are not ours. They're yours. They're the people's. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing such a big vision what you have. And so maybe you can share a little bit more about World Transformation Academy. Let's we have seen the video and we saw the appeal, and so we just want to. A lot of people may be curious. So what's about it? How it works, and so.
Okay, so World Transformation Academy has been running since 2018, and I want to share some background stuff because we're asking people for donations, and I want people to feel comfortable that their donations are getting to where they need to get to. So when we first came up with the concept of World Transformation Academy, for us, it was all about leverage. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's organizations already that exist that do this. So we shortlisted NGOs that are already in India. So we sent out an appeal of emails, information, and then we shortlisted and interviewed various NGOs, and then we selected the right NGO that was for us. And for us, it was very important that the school or the slum school be inside a slum, right in the heart. That was very important for us. So the NGO that we've partnered with, which is called Prajna Foundation. And they're an NGO that's been running for over 15 to 20 years, fully registered. And the person who runs that is R.K. Sinha, and it's based in Kalkaji in New Delhi, right in the heart of Kalkaji slum. So they handle our day-to-day operations. So we fund yoga teachers, life coaches, meditation practitioners. Okay, so we fund those people, and we also fund the food that is given at the academy. And then once a month, we have a massive event. There's an event going on right now, Kushji, in aid of World Transformation Day. And because of lockdown, the restriction is 50 people right now. So we're funding that. But usually before COVID, we were seeing on average 400 to 500 people a month in regular sessions, 3 times a week of yoga, meditation, life coaching. And we were having an event once a month as soon as the COVID lifts. And we want to replicate that. So the money that's donated is not going through any middleman or anything. It's going direct to the source. So I know you've been playing the video, and we've got a QR code where someone can just take their mobile phone and scan the code, go into the photo section. It'll come up with our Just Giving link, and people can make that donation. And again, we're looking for collaboration. We want to expand into other slums. Prajna Foundation have got sites throughout Delhi. They've got connections, but we're not limited to work solely with that NGO. We want to partner with any other NGOs. Does that answer your question, Kushji?
Yes. So and also so all the money what has been raised is only used for through NGO UBD activity, or there are even direct activities?
At the moment, it's only the activities through the yoga, the meditation, and life coaching. We did initially try to use volunteers, Kushji. All right, we tried to use volunteers, and I don't know if you've worked with volunteers. I'm sure you have, because you've pulled off this event. I'm not sure what your history is, and volunteers are volunteers. It's not always their priority. So their work is their priority. So yes, we started with volunteers who were life coaches, but slowly they dwindled, and yoga practitioners dwindled, and then the meditation practitioners. We've partnered up with Heartfulness. Have you heard of Heartfulness?
No.
Heartfulness is in over 156 countries around the globe. It's a free meditation enterprise. So we've partnered up with them. They're still here, but we have to fund everything else now. We have to fund the yoga teachers. We have to fund the life coaches. We fund the food. So it costs money, and we need them. We obviously are asking for donations to run that.
Okay. So is it right now in India or outside any other countries? Right now the same it's happening.
Only in Kalkaji Islam in India at the moment.
Okay.
And the reason it hasn't expanded is because it wasn't meant to expand. I think we all believe on this call, everything's in perfect divine order. When the right people show up to expand that and lead that, as Kalpesh said, our vision is to be in every slum on the planet to start with, the destitutes. We want to have people going around, and I know there's a lot of mafia in India. That's why we partnered up with an NGO, because they're already dealing with these things. We don't have to start from scratch. I know there's many reputable organizations that are taking kids and adults off the streets. So we want to attract those as well. And then, partner up with NGOs that are feeding them, clothing them. But our speciality will always be our vision, which is inspiring humanity to be empowered, is to instill the mindset education. To answer your question, it's just in Kalkaji, India. Sue and Kalpesh, did you want to add anything onto that? Because I've been speaking a lot.
Yeah, I just want to say that it's an incredible privilege to be involved in this work, and as Harinder and Kalpesh have said earlier, is that we're a very organic organization. The three of us have been in it from day one, and we're not in it because it's work. We're in it because it's who we are. And also the other leaders that we've attracted to the organization as well, it's their calling, and we're not an organization that is about managing people. We want leaders to step forward because it's also their calling to be a part of this organization. So everyone, the NGO, the organizations that we've partnered with, the people that we work with, our video guy, Nathan, he manages our websites, and, I think it's really important to give him a little shout out as well. He's been incredible, and he doesn't need managing. He's here with us at every single meeting, every single event, and, really stepping up. He doesn't need to be told what to do. He just gets on with it. So that, that's the kind of organization that we want to create, a very organic one where people don't need managing, and people just come in and they see what needs to be done, and they just get a hold of it and get on with it. Like, that's who we are, and that's who we've always been from the beginning. So it's, as I said, it's an incredible privilege to also create an opportunity and a platform for so many people to contribute as well.
Awesome.
Just to extend on what Sue said there, actually, just think of it like this: that World Transformation Organization wants to attract everybody that's doing what they're already doing, and then do it under the umbrella of World Transformation Organization. There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of organizations doing things independently. We want to just bring it all together. We say, look, whatever you're doing is awesome, but do it collectively. Splintered, we're limited. When we unite, there's huge power in that, right? And so, yeah, it's almost like the brand that brings it all together.
And also to add to that, we had this interesting conversation with the Defined Values, Hiteshji, who's done an event for you. And we saw that, there was a bit of a, how shall I say, a year ago, that they wanted to be the umbrella organization, and then we said, there's no umbrella organization, it's in association with. It doesn't need to belong to anybody. It's purely in association with. Let's do this together, because everyone's doing their own little thing. And Kalpesh uses the analogy World Transformation Organization is combining all the dots. Kalpesh is a dot, Amplify is a dot, Tony Robbins is a dot, Sadhguru is a dot, Ramdev is a dot. Let's do it together. So it's not like, you know, I know we talk about the umbrella, it's in association with, and, you know, I know we're going to be doing a lot of stuff together, Amplify, because Kushi, your vision is the same as ours. And, you know, it's a combined vision.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Actually, it's really, yeah, it's awesome. What everyone right now, what we are doing is making transformation in the world is, we just think that, okay, we don't have either time, we don't have money, we don't have, so we just keep busy with our own stuff, and then we, at a certain age, then we feel we have not done anything in our life. So we have seen that also. So what we can do, as you are already, from slum schools, you are already doing soft skill training and all, we can build a culture of like giving and no hand holding and sharing with others, maybe a knowledge, maybe a food, or maybe that's, so that would bring actually a lot of change in the no, in the world. So that's a great cause. What you have brought in the association, which actually works, because then it has its own, what to say, they have more freedom to work and more freedom to even, expand at a faster rate, rather than getting limited with the do's and don'ts, and there are their own, then politics comes in. So to be straightforward, so I have seen that as well in various organizations which has a good, even NGOs they get formed with close friends, and after that, then outside prestige joys, and then they have even challenges managing the stuff, then they get divided and all the stuff. So it happens. I've seen those also. So I know personally almost more than around 100 plus NGOs across India, and being with, that's like not often, but I know I visited those actually at a personal level, and see how the challenges they go through. Because what they have challenges about the getting raising the funds. Though they have a lot of activity, they have people dedicated, but they don't get the fund what is required. And a lot of fund get also, no, it doesn't reach to the right one. So there are mediators no, who raise the fund, but the fund doesn't reach the reality. So that's what is happening actually in reality. So that's good actually what you have created the organization, and where it has its own freedom to go and share it to any NGO which you feel right. So that's a good cause actually. And it is not limited to, okay, this is what we have to do. And as a open forum, we are open to do anything what makes difference in the world, right? So that's the vision what you have created. That's really awesome. So one more question was like, now as a world transformation organization, what you have created. So what are the next future plan or anything you want to, if you want to share, it is, and maybe in India, outside India as well. And what are the plan you're thinking? How we have already decided this is the fourth year what you're celebrating, and it will be much bigger already. As I think it is every year, it will be more than 100x, keep growing. So as the people, the word gets spread, even the way I started the, just a thought, event was just 12 days back, it was actually, it was not existing. And the only and small thing, okay, we said, like, let us do something, okay. And we thought of we'll do with 5-10 speakers, a small event, and we say, okay, let's do with that. And we'll touch around maybe some 100, 200 or 500 people like. And today what we see is 1,500 people are already, attending this session. We have 100 plus speakers on board. More than 100 plus speakers are there. They are doing as an MC. They are doing as a hosting the meeting. They are doing the talk. So it's amazing. The whole, we all got united in one cause. It's making a difference under the World Transformation Day, the event itself. So it's really actually, I know this 1,500 or 2,000 people who are there, they would make a ripple effect. Within a year, I know that 1,000, 2,000 become 10,000, 10,000 becomes 1 lakh, 10 lakh. It will be very expand in a multiple fold actually. So anything you want to share about what's the plan, and so that how people can involve, or if they want to, it's their volunteer. It's if they want to associate, maybe if you want to, because this message will go to various people across the globe. So maybe if you share, maybe they can think about how to connected with you and associate with you.
I mean, you've touched on something. I shared about you, Kushji, last week, and again, this is how the universe conspires and has the right people come to each of us. We've now got on board on our team a guy called Alan Kleinhans, who again had an epiphany literally 10 days ago. And in that epiphany, he saw him speaking to myself, Kalpesh and Sue. Now he works very, very closely with Tony Robbins. Okay. Tony Robbins is probably one of the, in my opinion, probably one of the biggest personal development motivational speakers on the planet. And his vision, and it's a done deal, because he said, because it's done here and it's done here, it's done. His vision is in 2023 on World Transformation Day that we're going to reach 1 billion people. And it's going to be through a live Zoom, similar to what you've created. It's almost like you've planted a seed, Kushji. And the head speaker will be Tony Robbins. Okay. And his vision is that we haven't put any structure to this, because, you know, vision unfolds. That's beginning with the end in mind. So in terms of World Transformation Day, that's going to be a game changer for 2023 to reach 1 billion people. In addition to that, something that is in myself and Kalpesh and Sue's vision is, I don't know if you heard, in 1980s, there was a big event called Live Aid, created by Bob Geldof. So for us, we want to have big pop stars on World Transformation Day do music events all around the globe in synchronicity, raising money for causes that are needing to make a difference for World Transformation Day. The other stuff for World Transformation Organization, Kalpesh has already shared, but I want to hand it over to Kalpesh and Sue if there's anything else you want to add. You know, Kushji's asked, what's our plans for World Transformation Organization? How do people get involved? What do they need to do?
So at the moment, I mean, just reach out to us through our website, which is wtohub.org, and just register and just send us a registration, if you like. And then this was all, again, part of the conversation with you is going to be, right, let's organize the, if you like, the people. Let's organize the interested parties so that we can then create regular communications, connections, and start moving forward together that way. So at the moment, we have got on the website the ability to collect the data, but we're not actually doing anything with it. So that's the starting point, right? Is to get people to register themselves there as an interest, and then we can decide what we do and how we handle that once it's on our side.
Awesome, awesome. So thank you for sharing so many things, and I think our audience already would have put in the YouTube live actually a lot of the things what they have. It's awesome. Everyone is putting about the WTO, WTT, what's happening around the event. So a lot of buzz happening around. So that's great actually. And anything you want to share to inspire you or us? So maybe the last word before we end this rapid Q&A part.
Do you know what? It's World Transformation Day. So
Yep.
you guys haven't already inspired somebody. Part of the World Transformation Day is inspiring others to also do something inspirational and continue that ripple effect, right? So sharing, but also inspiring others to share whatever it might be that they want to do, and continuing that hashtag movement going. So just keep pushing that boat out in any which way we can, and having conversations with people to say, hey, listen, what, you know, have you done anything yet today for World Transformation Day? No, what is it? Okay, let me tell you. Gosh, bring out the conversation. What did you do for World Transformation Day? What is that? Just keep creating the curiosity by asking the question. So the way that we're seeing it is, if we speak about it as if it's normal, then it becomes normal.
Yep.
Just like, hey, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Hey, what are you doing for Mother's Day? It's kind of normal, right? To say, hey, what are you doing on Mother's Day? What are you doing on that day? What are you doing on Holi? What are you going to be doing for Diwali? What are you going to do? Yeah. So we can just, it's normal to ask, hey, what are you doing for World Transformation Day? In that conversation, they will say, what is World Transformation Day? And boom, the opportunity to share opens up, right?
Yeah. Already Facebook, Instagram, I've been seeing a lot of posts, a lot of comments happening. So there's already conversation has already started World Transformation Day, and then people getting connected. So it's a really awesome actually. Already yeah.
And one last thing I want to say is, you know, World Transformation Day for us is World Transformation Organization's voice to get to the world.
Yeah.
And, you know, we want to inspire humanity to be empowered. That's our vision, inspiring humanity to be empowered. How are we going to do that? People are going to know about people like yourself, Kushji, what we're doing, and all the other organizations through World Transformation Day. And, you know, I don't know whether a person who's not on this path of spiritual growth or personal development, if then, you know, they might see something and they might be called towards Amplify. They might be called towards Kalpesh Patel. They might be called towards Brahma Kumaris or Ramdev or Tony Robbins. Sadhguru, we're not here to decide who they're called to. And our job is to take these people and filter them to their calling through the collaboration and the associations we have with organizations like yourselves. You see, and that's what, so there's a reason for world. It wasn't there when we created it, but everything is in synchronicity. But that's what we see. Well, it's the voice to attract people to organizations like ourselves and other people, because we're not, all we want to do, Kushji, is to inspire humanity to be empowered. That's all, whether it's through whichever medium that may be. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for creating this, people. And we really like to, we have created this event and we want to give a gratitude to you guys because you are the person, because of you, we have created this event and we have come together here. And it's a real great cause actually, which we would like to bring in. And yes, we keep continuing same. So keep making difference and let's empower the humanity, the vision what created. So let's work towards that. So thank you very much for being with us. I know today being a busy day, you are still with us. So thank you very much for taking out time. So really awesome. So thank you.
No, thank you for having us and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
One last sentence from my side is again, thank you very much for bringing in here. And it's like 30 hours have crossed that speakers has delivered knowledge sharing and experience. So this was all possible because of Kushal and all three of you, and that all of them have come together and inspired so many people. So for so many hours continuously. So thank you for this.
So true. Fantastic. That was awesome.
I think we're all of us on this and people who are involved, we're all just God's channels. We're just expressing ourselves through what is God's work, or even if you don't believe in God, it's the calling that we're just vessels to express that. But thank you for saying those beautiful words.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much, everybody.
The other thing I was just going to say, because with the whole start as you mean to go on and begin with the end in mind, again, just start owning it. Just start owning this. Yeah, it's yours. Like just ingrain that, because it's still in the language, right? We still say they came together. No, we came together. They did this. No, we did this. Just start shifting that. All right, and that will ripple out. Awesome. Much love. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so thank you. I'll hand it over the stage to Magical Manjula and Sudhanshu. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kushalji, and thank you, Kalpesh, Harinder, and Patel. Thank you for giving us great insights about the World Transformation Day. Thank you all. And Sudhanshuji, are you there?
Yeah, please. And it was so inspiring to hear, the pioneers
yes.
speak, and the vision of Kushalji, bringing all of us together. It's really magical and inspirational. It's a spark of divinity which is, helping everyone come together for a cause, for a noble cause.
True, rightly said. Before we, yes, Kushalji, do you want to say something?
No, that's it. Thank you. I just want to.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And before we go into next speaker, let's practice another exercise. Okay,
Wonderful.
We always do some exercise. So now don't look at your system, just look into the room and, just think of 3 things which you are grateful for. Probably you could be grateful for us for hosting this. You could be grateful for Kushalji. You could be grateful for all our founders, or you could be grateful for the air that you're breathing. And you could be grateful for the wonderful, delicious lunch that you had today. So you can be grateful for anything. Think about at least 3 things and just say, thank you, God, for having this things in my life. I'm so grateful, because the more we grateful, the more good things is going to come into our life. How's that feeling?
Wonderful. It's that feeling of being in that vibration of gratefulness. It's so
Yeah.
empowering, and it's so wonderful.
Yes, thank you, Sudhanshuji. Our next speaker